back to another anime review. Today we are looking at Fox Spirit Matchmaker, episode 12. Now, I will say, Haku going possessed was badass. I don't care. That was so awesome. He kicks ass when he's actually trying. And you know, what's great about this show is that it's really doing a good job of fusing action and comedy now. Like, before, when I first started watching the show, one of my biggest gripes about it was that it felt like at times the comedy killed some of the action scenes. But now that I'm getting kind of used to it and I'm starting to see it more for kind of a fusion between action and comedy, I forgive it for a lot of the weird things it does at times. And especially like with this week when, you know, they're dealing with now a possessed Haku who apparently had gotten possessed from a little parasite or a little spirit, well, I want to say parasite spirit, that was put inside his meat bun that his father had left as a trap. You know, it's funny because that is him being super powered now. He's like 10 times more powerful than he was before. And they're trying to stop him. Yaya essentially is the one who's trying to stop him. But, you know, the other people are helping too, and especially the grandfather and the father of Fuki. But what's really funny about that whole sequence is that, you know, they're trying to figure out who should go fight him because they're realizing their power is nothing in comparison to him. And at one point it's like, oh, you know what, hey, listen, we should really take care of this guy. You go ahead. And he's like, no, it should be your honor to take care of him. And you know, they realize he's like, I'm old, I'm gonna die if I go. That whole sequence was hilarious. I loved it. And you know, even the whole fact that Haku was like eating onions to activate his tears. I mean, it makes sense. It's goofy, but it makes sense. But the whole episode is pretty good, and I really did enjoy it. I think that next week's episode is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's the end of, I want to say the first season. I know a lot of people tell me that season 1 is kind of like a multiple part story. So I'm not going to say like it's the end of part 1. I'll say it's the end of the first season, at least how, you know, my anime list has it. So hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Guys and girls, you know, that are commenting constantly on this, I say this like every review now, but seriously, I keep appreciating it so much that you guys are helping me out by telling me like what I'm missing or little small details of change variances and stuff like that. Like I said before, after the season's over, I'm going to get to reviewing the actual original one. I'm going to do a review for that by itself. Like, I'm actually going to do a thing where I'm going to do a review for this, and then I'm going to do a review for that one as well. And I'll have that as a separate video, probably. I'm going to hopefully get to that, like, the week after Fox Spirit Matchmaker ends, because what I'm going to redo, I'm actually going to start watching the first, like, several episodes of the original one as soon as possible. So probably even after reviewing this episode, I'm going to probably start today or tomorrow, because I plan to do that. But I will get around to it when I can. I hope you guys understand it might be like a week after this episode, or at least episode 13, I should say, ends. I'll try to get a review out as soon as I can about it. But I'll say right now, regardless, I know a lot of Chinese audiences out there are having issues with the Japanese version of Fox Spirit Matchmaker, and I can clearly see why after seeing some source material of the original one. But I'll tell you guys and girls right now, it's not bad. It's very enjoyable, and for what it does still okay. You know, it's not like, for example, Blood of Wars or something like that, where those were Chinese animations also, and they kind of butchered the way of doing them because they weren't that great at the beginning. But even more so, it's like didn't translate even close to being that well to Japanese audiences. So, you know, it's a trade-off. You know, like they're cutting things out, they're changing music up, and they're changing up definitions, obviously, etc. But for the most part, it does work. I'm very curious, though. I want to see how much better the original one is, because I've seen now like several clips that you guys have put in the comments below. And, you know, continue doing that. I have no issue with that, because it's not spoiling anything. It's, you know, from the episode I just watched, so it's like, you know, and if someone else watches it, it's not spoiling anything except showing the original source material. So, if like, even for example, if you have a clip of this week's episode, I would love to see that too. But, you know, I've seen several clips now at this point, and I will say that yes, the original is quite better, quite better. But I will get to it as soon as possible. Guys and girls, I know someone linked me before a playlist of where I could watch the original one on YouTube. If you guys don't mind, I would love to have that playlist again. If someone could link me to like where I could watch all the videos on YouTube, because I know the series is on YouTube. I would really appreciate that. If not, I will find it myself, don't worry. But anyways, guys and girls, that's it for today's review. I will talk to you all later. Have a brilliant, wonderful day, everyone. God bless you all. Dance Welcome to the Ballroom actually should be out probably maybe in an hour. I'll try to get to that because it came out really early, so I should be able to get to it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everyone.